welcome to Battle of Champions. We're coming to you live from Melbourne, where we witnessed another, and I'm going to quote Ravichandran Ashwin, another clinical performance by the Indian team, defeating Zimbabwe by a huge margin of 71 runs. What that does is takes India to the top of their table, which now takes India to the semi-final, and that semi-final will be played in Adelaide. Plenty to discuss with Sunny Gavaskar, who joins me, and it's pretty late at night here, and that's why I have had to bribe him with some coffee. Only then is he agreed to come and do live with us. But it's been a long day for all of us covering the game. There was a massive build-up, almost a sold-out stadium, the MCG, despite it being an inconsequential game in that sense, because India had already qualified for the semi-final. Before we take a closer look at that encounter, let's take a look at the highlights in a game where India batted first, got 186 and then won by 71 runs. Sai, we keep talking about momentum and that you need to win. There was plenty of talk, inconsequential games. So even if India loses, they qualify for the semi-final. But do you think they've ticked all the right boxes now going ahead into the semis?
Most of the boxes. You can't say that they have ticked all the boxes because that can make a team feel complacent. But I think the performance, for example, Rahul batting so well, Kohli also getting going but not able to go on to play the kind of innings we have seen him in the previous matches. Suryakumar Yadav batting the way he did, and then the bowling. The bowling was very, very good. I think the spinners, you have to be just a little bit concerned, because both the spinners conceded quite a bit of runs, and because they keep on bowling at that flat on these pitches where there's not much turn for the finger spinner, it's a lot easier to hit them. They might have taken wickets, but they've also given away a lot of runs. So I think that's an aspect that they need to look at, and therefore whether to go drop a spinner and take another extra medium pacer like a Harshal Patel, that is something that they'll have to think over the next couple of days before they play the semi-finals.
So plenty still to think for the Indian team ahead of that semi-final up against very tough opposition in England. Let's talk about Rohit Sharma. He hasn't been in great nick at the moment. What do you reckon? He's saving runs for the semis and the finals, or do you think now he really needs to look at his batting closely?
Well, just let's hope that he's saving the runs for the next two matches, which are going to be the biggest matches, because obviously, in a group game, you know that there is another game to follow, so you can maybe sometimes try a little too much and get out. But now these are knockout games. So in a knockout game, you can't really afford to experiment too much. You need to be at your best. So let's hope that Rohit Sharma comes across to his best. What has been happening is, because he himself, being the captain, has set this template that in the first 6 overs they're going to go bang, bang, bang. Now certainly he can't be seen as looking to work the ball around. He's always been a puller of the ball. But on Australian boundaries, that pull shot has got him into trouble here. We saw that 2 years ago as well. He got out twice playing the pull shot after having scored 40-50 runs, and that's something that that's something that he has to think about, because you look at the percentages. Clearly, in a T20 format with just one fielder in the first 6 overs out there, I don't think they'll put two fielders out there. One fielder, then he's got to be very, very mindful of where the fielder is and play that pull shot. It's a productive shot for him as well. Let's not make any mistake about that. He scores a lot of runs on that, but he also gets out. And over here, if he can hit it away from that fielder, then obviously it's going to get him runs. But yes, a captain scoring runs, a captain who's a bowler captain picking the wickets, makes a big difference. If you have a look at the teams that have actually not gone on, you see that their captains are the ones who haven't really done well. You look at today, you saw Australia, Finch got runs in one game, didn't do anything. Shakib for Bangladesh didn't do anything, struggled a little bit. You look at the other teams, which are suppose South Africa, Temba Bavuma didn't do anything at all. So the captains who haven't, your captaincy also suffers to an extent, because you don't have that authority, because people generally don't say that. But people, when you're scoring runs, when you're taking wickets, you have that authority to say, yeah, do this, do that, do that. And Rohit, of course, has got the respect of the team. You can see that from the way the team responds to him. So I don't think that's going to happen in Rohit's case. But for himself as well. Sometimes, it's a decision that you're looking to take, which you're not very sure, should I or should I not? There's that instinct that kicks in. But if you're scoring runs, then you go with that. Yes, you take an instinctive call. Yes, this is it, and it works 9 times out of 10.
I think Sai Gavaskar makes a very valid point about the size of the boundaries as well. You know, that same pull shot for Rohit Sharma, most often in subcontinental grounds is a 6. Bigger boundary, he gets caught there. The other thing that India tried, and you thought that India must go ahead with Rishabh Pant, give him some sort of opportunity to free his arms and legs and get into his groove. But did he make most of this opportunity?
Again, I think, it's a bit like what Bangladesh did the other day. They didn't play smart cricket. They're looking to try and hit the sixes. And I think in Rishabh Pant's case, you can excuse him because it was only his first match and he came in a situation where, India had maybe just stagnated just that little bit, weren't scoring as many. So maybe he looked to do that. But he had somebody like a Suryakumar Yadav at the other end. Yeah. And so with that in mind, and because he's a captain as well, and he's a captain in waiting, so he should be thinking, hang on a minute, let me play some smart cricket. I will run hard, push it. Once I get my feel and I feel settled, then I can go for the big shot. Then I target. What the target is then is a straight boundary. The straight boundary is 73. The other boundaries are about 80, 89 meters. 5-7 meters can make a big difference. And that's what happened.
Okay. We'll also talk about the man of the moment, and that is Suryakumar Yadav, because we're saving the best for the last. But the one, element of the game that can never be underestimated, that's the fan power, the Indian fan power that you get to see in any stadium. We were today at the MCG. It felt like any ground in India. That's the kind of enthusiasm you see with the fans. All of them turned up in large number. And before I came here, everyone would say Kohli. That still exists. But there's another name that's ringing there, and that is Sky. Just listen into the fans after the Zimbabwe victory. It says Surya, he is on fire. And I have another one where he says Surya is far. So, okay, this one's jersey says India झुकेगा नहीं.
नमस्कार दोस्तों. झुकेगा नहीं.
Fans all lining up. When the tournament started, I thought,
I'm a big fan. He has been brilliant throughout the tournament.
He has been.
It's the era of Suryakumar Yadav.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Surya is the X factor of this team. Let's not forget.
Yes, it is.
Like 2011 Yuvraj, 2022 Surya. I think history will repeat itself. 2007 we got knocked out of the first stage. 2011 we won the World Cup. Yep. 2021 knocked out of the first stage. 22 we are winning this World Cup.
Yes!
India!
And with me, two very special fans. Give me your names first.
Anshul, Arushi.
Okay, show me what their poster says. So they carried this poster which says, Arshdeep, will you marry me? Firstly, did he notice it?
We got on the TV. So we hope
You're
we
on
did.
TV right now, but you're talking about the match.
In the match we got on the screen. We don't know if he saw it.
But you've made a mistake. You should have left the phone number. How else is he going to get in touch with you even if he saw it?
Look, we're everywhere. We come to all these matches. What easily
We will be at the finals.
Okay, but tell me, which one of you decided to make this?
हम बैठे बैठे सोच रहे थे करना था कुछ कहा
बैठे प्यार हो गया इनको. Whose idea is?
He's 23, so he's in between our ages, so he can marry either one.
मेरे से 1 साल छोटा है.
But it's your both's idea, right? Yeah. But whose proposal is this?
मेरा proposal है.
It's my proposal too.
Oh my God. So are you going to fight now?
Now you get why is this shortage of a girl in India?
Okay, but see that's Arshdeep's fan following. Maybe he would have noticed it. If he
We
did.
love you, Arshdeep. Love you so much.
So what is it that you like about him? And when did you become his?
Such a good bowler. I was floored when I saw him and he was cute भी है. Cute भी है.
What about you?
He's really cute.
I hope he's got a glimpse of this while it was on television right now.
India! Guys! Sports today! Zindabad! Sports today! Zindabad! India today! Zindabad! India today! Zindabad! India today!
We've taken, what does this say? Okay, let me take it.
Guchu! We being Guju.
Okay, so what does this say?
It says, come on Dogla for you, Hardik Pandya. Anytime you can come and visit us.
Yes. So they've prepared special doklas for Hardik Pandya. He can come. Maybe he needs that dokla energy, to get his sixes going.
Yes, Guju power.
Okay, Saiba, it takes a long time to build that fan following. Sunny Gavaskar had to get a lot of runs in Australia to do that. Sachin Tendulkar had to get a lot of runs. Virat Kohli had to get a lot of runs. Suryakumar Yadav, he's barely come to Australia. Already I see fans chanting his name. That's the kind of impact he's had in such a short international career.
And not surprising because, he's actually played some outstanding cricket. Some of the shots that we've seen, there was that one scoop that he played today was amazing. That was unbelievable. It went for a 6, using the angle towards in the final over, for example, going right across. And if he had left the ball, it would have been a wide ball. But converting that low Yorker and hitting it over square leg, not easy shot. Again, let's not forget the size of the boundaries. So don't forget that, and going for a 6 and into the stands, not just crossing the ropes. So look, he's taken India in a different direction. He's the one who's giving India that push, that momentum, that impetus, which is making the difference. So even in the earlier matches, he's done that. But we haven't really given him the kind of, the praise that we should have. But right now, I'm so happy that he's getting it because he deserves every single bit of it. He's been a late bloomer, a late arrival on the international scene. He was scoring lots of runs, but like it happens with a lot of people, the middle order was crowded. So he wasn't able to get the opportunity to play. Sometimes it happens, but at least luckily he's got the opportunity to play. And I do believe with his fitness, we should be seeing Suryakumar Yadav for another 5-6 runs. And do not forget his catching. In the deep, the way he covers the ground, the way he anticipates, takes the catches. Don't forget that aspect of his cricket as well.
Does that also worry you to an extent? Because the Indian middle order hasn't really fired in this tournament. But there's only Suryakumar Yadav that steps up and ensure that he takes India into a safe zone or a match-winning zone. Do you think that the day he doesn't come good, it could be a semi-final, final? Because, you can be consistent, but you can't get runs in every game. That day India would be a worried team?
Yes, I think so. I think because, the fact that he look, if he hadn't scored those 61, at a strike rate of to almost 250, India wouldn't have reached 140, 150. They were so far behind. So the fact that he came in and scored those runs is the reason why India ended up with 186. So yes, I think when he doesn't score runs, we have to hope that he only hasn't scored runs because he's coming to bat for 3 or 4 overs, and the top 4 batsmen have got India to 150, 160.
I sometimes wonder whether there's a computer chip inside his brain, because the way he picks those gaps, bowlers have certain ways of bowling. So you'll bowl outside the off stump, he'll take that front leg there and hit them, bring the fine leg in, he'll hit you there, bring the mid wicket in, he'll hit you there. I mean, it can't be easy picking gaps the way he does. He makes it look so easy.
And awareness of the field is such an important aspect of batsmanship in any form of the game, whether it's Test cricket or it's 50 overs or T20, but more so perhaps in T20, we are looking for the boundaries and the sixes. So he's been doing that consistently. So that's been the best part about his batting, is that he's been doing, making this look so simple. He's the new Mr. 360, genuinely Mr. 360, because he can play the ram shot like this, which goes to the right of the wicketkeeper. We saw him play the scoop shot, not the scoop sweep, the scoop shot, which has gone to the left of the wicketkeeper. So yes, I think he's the genuine article now, the new Mr. 360.
Well, that's right. I read somewhere that the original Mr. 360, A.B. de Villiers, has also acknowledged that yes, Suryakumar Yadav is the new Mr. 360. As Saima is saying that, he's got the ram shot as well. So you bring the third man in and he'll hit you there. Bring the fine leg in, he'll hit you there. Whatever you do with the field, he'll end up finding gaps. And that's how outstanding he is to watch. And sometimes you have to be on the field to observe that. Sometimes on television, you really can't make out, because you see those field changes and you realize how good Suryakumar Yadav is. Okay, talking about Suryakumar Yadav, I said 61 that he got today, and what's really a standout thing in his innings is the fact that the rate of knots that he scores with, 200 plus strike rate every time that he goes out to bat, and today was no different. What an outstanding knock there by Sky once again. The other aspect of his game, Saibhai, which cannot be understated, is the way he attacks right from the word go. No matter what the situation, that's a risky tactic, but if the ball is there to be hit, he'll hit it for a 4.
Well, I think that also stems from confidence. The confidence that, he's in good nick, that he has the shots, he knows where the fielders are. Look, He began his T20 career. First ball he hit Jofra Archer, no less. Jofra Archer was quick. He scooped him for a 6. So if somebody can do that with the first ball of his international career, he just tells you the enormous self-belief that he has. And then when you're scoring runs, it's just that, your body shape is fine, everything you're trying to do. When you're not scoring runs, you're a little bit tight. So, your hands don't flow towards the ball, you don't go there. And this is not happening with him because he's scoring runs. So, straight away once he comes in, he'll play this shot because he's got the confidence that come what may, his judgment of the line length is going to be perfect and he's going to get away with that shot.
I'm just going to talk about a couple more players and their performances today. KL Rahul got a good knock the other day, got another good, quick fire 50. The only thing that you could see that he gets that 50, then gets out. If you could pass on advice to him, what would you say?
Nothing. I think, ideally, I think you just be aware of what the boundary sizes are and play your shots accordingly. Look, he's got a 50. Now, earlier on we were talking, he's not going. Now, when you've got a 50, you're still making a complaint. Look, this is.
It is greedy Indian fans.
No, I totally understand that. I think Indian fans are like that they want more and more and more. I totally understand that. But look, he's just come into form. 2 successive 50s he's got. He's fielding brilliantly. He's taking great catches, diving around, throwing. His commitment is total. So let him just relax and play the way he can play. Like I've been saying all this time, that he actually doesn't seem to know the kind of ability that he has. He's got huge ability, enormous ability. He's an outstanding player in defense or whatever it is. The first time I saw him play was 2014 when the first ball that he faced was from Mitchell Johnson. Short ball on his test debut. He got right behind the line and played it pop down there. Now when he did that, and I said to myself, that is a player. That is a player. Okay. He took a little time to get going, which is understandable. But look, he's doing well. So let's not question that he should go on, etc. He's scoring 50. So let's be happy with that. And let's hope that he will carry on and get you the 70, 80, 90 or maybe even 100. That will help India to get to almost 180, 90 or maybe 200.
Finally, I'll talk about the 2 spinners. Let's start with Akshay Patel. He was a revelation as soon as he replaced Ravindra Jadeja. People thought that, hey, listen, he may even be better than a Ravindra Jadeja as far as the bowling is concerned. That's how effective he was in T20 cricket. Hasn't been that effective in Australia. Is it the change of condition? What's not working for him?
It's the pitches. Over here, and the pitches don't really help the finger spinner to get that much, turn. And so therefore, he's struggled a little bit because his pace is such and his length is such that you can fairly predict and then go through the line because you know that the ball is not going to deviate. But what he's also started to do now, which is again comes with experience, is that he sometimes the angle with which he delivers the ball is also changing. So he knows that he probably doesn't have the variety that you need at the test level. At the test level, it can work, but at this level, so he just changes the delivery angle and uses his crease nicely. But if he can vary his pace, then he'll be that much even more difficult to score off. At the moment, the reason why he's conceding so many runs is bowling flat, and it becoming easy for the batsman when the length is there. It's an automatic thing. When you play Test cricket, that's the length that you bowl. So automatically you bowl that length. So the moment Ashwin bowled further up, that Burl.
Yes, he got out. Yes.
Burl got out because it was too close to him. If it had been even a foot and a half a little further up, it would have gone for a 6. So I think it's a matter of adjusting that length. Hopefully he will have learned from this game, and then if he does that, because he's got the happy knack of picking wickets, Akshar Patel.
Yes.
He picks wickets. So it's just that if he can pick wickets and not give these runs that he's doing, he'll be a valuable addition.
So we're completely out of time. So
I'm sure. I'm giving long answers.
No. Brief, one-word answer. India-Pakistan final coming up.
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's good enough for us. Sunil Gavaskar, thanks so much for joining us this late in the night. Of course, the coffee that he's holding also helped, but that's all the time that we have on Battle of Champions. But remember, India are going to be playing the semi-final. It's a World Cup that every fan hopes for, and your destination for all the analysis, match reports, ground reports, it is India Today. So we'll see you tomorrow, same time. For the moment, we're signing off from Melbourne. Bye-bye.